Now it's almost 10 o'clock. I should be in my bed. I gotta work tomorrow. But I didn't make enough popcorn. I made some popcorn so that I can listen to the lies that I know Donald Trump was gonna tell. Okay. This man is either a pathological liar or he has dementia or both. But those of you who were not watching him address Congress, oh, it was very interesting, baby. It was interesting. And y'all already know I got something to say. So go ahead and hit the like button. All right. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I am your host, Wisdom's Daughter. This is Bad Girls Talk. And yeah, we got to talk tonight. Donald Trump has declared war. Okay. On who? On anybody that look like me. He has declared war on the transgender community. We already know he declared war on DEI, which is the new N word. He has declared war on women who want to play sports. This man said our country will be woke no longer. Talked about the incredible wins for America. But that was after he got booed. And yeah, and they had to, poor Congressman Al Green, they called the militia at arms to escort. This man walks with a cane. Okay, so now we are arresting the elderly and escorting them out of Congress because he was the only one who was brave enough to stand up and call out this man for all his lies. All right, listen, this thing already started. But we're going to go ahead and start from the beginning, okay? Because when I tell you from the time people started walking in, I was on the floor rolling. So before we get into it, let me go ahead and greet the first people we got in the room. Beauty is her name is in the building. I got Joanna AW said, am I the first? All right. You were second queen, but it's all good because you was here. All right. I was just thinking that I need WD. That is my mod, Kia Elder, in the building. I've got Nesto Shackle, Shuffle Walker, Shame said good evening. Andrea is in the building. June's Poetry is in the building, and many more. I was not gonna go live tonight. Okay. I have been working a lot. I'm tired and I wanted to come with something else, but you can't make this up. You cannot make this up. Okay. I'm hearing people talking about, well, when I was in MAGA, when you were in MAGA is a cult. Okay. I didn't want to say it before, but I feel perfectly comfortable. All right. And happy Mardi Gras to those of you who are joining from New Orleans. Okay. I got my beads. You see, I got my beads on. All right. MAGA is a cult, and we got a look at the cult in action at this congressional address. Okay. I was watching it on a couple of other channels and they were boring the hell out of me. So I said, you know what? Wisdom's Daughter got to come on and do her thing. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to start from the beginning where people started walking in. You already know about the clown. So get ready, get your snacks, get your popcorn. But I want you to hear, I want you to see the shenanigans that went down with Congress. I want you to see the look on Donald Trump's face. All right. Because this man, wait a minute, where is it? This man thinks he the king. Okay. King Trump was getting booed. Okay. This man thinks that that everybody loves him. He thinks that America voted for him. Did he forget that he already admitted to getting help from Elon to rig the election? Like, bruh. You forgot. Did you forget? All right. So yeah, King Trump goes before Congress. That is what we're getting into tonight because it is absolutely hilarious. And actually, I posted it on my community wall. This was hilarious because if you guys were not watching him the other night when he was talking about all of these tariffs and carrying on, the Dow was just dropping. Okay. I mean, literally, it was just going down, 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 down the whole time this man is talking. And he said, and I quote this because you know Donald Trump loved him some Twitter, right? If the Dow drops 1,000 points in 2 days, the president should be impeached immediately. Okay. And my comment was, when your words come back to haunt you. But anyway, let's get into the shenanigans, because I'm ready to clown tonight. Because I mean, this was nothing more than a shit show. It truly was. So let's go ahead and get right on into it. I'm going to be bypassing the stuff that that is not important, and then we'll be able to listen to the foolishness. So as you can see on the screen, you see now JD Vance has been hiding this entire time. I'm going to mute this for a second because they're going to be talking and they can't be talking while I'm talking. All right. So we see there's JD Vance. Y'all see him, right? This man has been hiding under a goddamn rock. Okay. We have not heard from JD Vance. We didn't see JD Vance. I thought maybe, Donald Trump had buried him under Mar-a-Lago somewhere, or, had him driving Miss Daisy somewhere until Donald Trump is in the office with Vladimir, I'm going to say his name wrong, Zelensky, okay, who unfortunately got his ass handed to him in an ambush. Okay, poor guy. I was so embarrassed. I'm embarrassed to be an American right now. Does anybody else feel me? Am I the only one? Am I the only one? What's going on? I see you, a lady 747. Am I the only one who's embarrassed to be an American right now? This man is at war. Okay, he's been on the front lines. He is fighting for his country, and they are clowning him about what he has on. Now, the first thing I noticed is that there's a lot of blue suits. Oh, there goes the token black guy. I knew he was there somewhere. Gotta have a token, right? Gotta have a house Negro somewhere. Okay. So most of them are wearing blue suits. There's a few wearing black because they didn't get the memo. All right. JD Vance is wearing a maroon color tie. I don't understand. I guess, he got colorblind issues. But anyway, we have not seen JD Vance until he decides he wants to open his mouth and put on this big show in front of everyone, telling Zelensky he needs to be thankful. Are you kidding me? So Donald Trump was mad because he knows that Zelensky was really rooting for Biden to win. And Zelensky was not going to kiss Donald Trump's behind. So that's why he was mad. Anyway, so you see them all walking in. Okay, these are all the members of the cult. Okay, these are all the bootlickers. All right, those who are hoping to, get a little bit of whiff of the money that Elon Musk and Donald Trump are going to steal and have been stealing from America. All right, so he gets up there, he's shaking hands, he's feeling good, he's feeling proud. Now look at his tie. Could he have at least matched his tie to the flag standing behind him? Okay, and then the guy on the right is doing what I do when I'm leading a board meeting or I'm leading an important meeting with important people. Not that I'm not important, but people who have a higher pay grade than me, and I'm nervous, so I start shuffling papers around. So he's going to do that for a while. He's going to start messing with the papers on this desk for a little bit and putting them in the folder, taking them out, all types of foolishness. But yeah, I'm just wondering, where has he been? Oh, wait, there goes his wife. Because I thought he had buried her in the backyard. You know what? She has got to be awfully sick right now. I can't imagine. I believe that is his wife. I can't imagine how this woman must be feeling right now to be a woman of color. Okay. She might feel like she's white, but she's a woman of color. To have to deal with a man like JD Vance, right? To have to deal with the hypocrisy. She must have stomach issues. Okay. Her stomach must hurt her. She must not sleep at night at all. Okay. Now, my mama said, no, she don't even care. She's like that. You know what I mean? Like she's one of these people where she doesn't think all that applies to her. Okay. Not her. Yeah. Okay. Let's see what's happening here. So you see here are all the members. Now, when I say members of the MAGA cult, I'm not talking about the ones that you see that are protesting now. Not talking about them. I'm not talking about the ones that are on YouTube crying about how they wish they hadn't voted for Trump. Here is the true cult right here. Okay, these are the real MAGA people. These are the people who would bend down and lick Donald Trump's boots if they thought that they could get $1, a position, or some power. Okay? They literally would get down and lick his boots clean. Okay? Y'all see all the blue suits? There's a couple of black suits because a few people didn't get the memo about the dress code. All right, now I'm going to speed this up just a little bit here. Just a little bit. Speed it up just a little bit. So, I was looking to see who was in the building. I see a couple of token brown people, just a few. Now, don't get me wrong. There are Democrats in the room. There are those who came for the shyt show because they already know what it is. They already know. All right. It's not all Republicans here, but I'm looking at people smiling, and you would think that, Michael Jackson came back and was given one last show. You would think that Prince that came back to life. You would think that Whitney Houston was about to come on and sing, I want to run to you one last time. You know what I mean? What are we so happy about? That's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm not hating. I just want to know, what are these people so happy about? Because Donald Trump said incredible wins for America. Now, here's where America messed up. America, when this man was running, wanted to know what this man was going to do, right? What's your plan? What's your end game, right? They want to know what the end game was. They want to know what the plan was. Wrong question. They should have been asking how this man intended to do what he said he was going to do, right? He claims he's going to save the economy. Well, how are you going to save the economy if you make everybody go broke in the process? Because Donald Trump is not broke, okay? Beauty is her name. I got a question. For you. Do you have a rich daddy that if Donald Trump just messes everything up, if he literally just forces us into not the Great Depression, but the Grand Depression, right? The worst thing we've ever seen. Do you got a rich daddy that can give you $10 million for somebody else's mess up? Because people claim that Donald Trump is such a good businessman, but whenever he got into trouble, he ran to daddy to get some money. Daddy, I'm in trouble. I wasn't paying my workers and they trying to sue me. Right? I bought some real estate and it didn't work out. I don't have a rich daddy. Okay. I don't have a rich daddy. Greg said, check who are the mentors for the Democrats and how the Clintons, who stole all the money from Haiti, the 10% guy who never knew what day it was, and the crackhead son with the laptop from hell, just as an example. Listen, I hear you, Greg, because nobody's perfect, right? I know where you're going with this. Nobody's perfect. And I actually have friends who are Haitian, okay? And it was around that time that I got my start in the career that I work in now. So I'm very familiar with unfortunately what happened in Haiti. And part of the reason why it happened is because there was no oversight. There was a lot of money and donations pouring into the country, but there was no organization for it. We didn't have donation management systems, is what we have now to manage that. And so it made it easy for people to steal. And they weren't the only ones. There was a lot of people stealing money. Honestly, it was a lot of people stealing money from that situation. But you could take the Clintons, the Bidens, the Obamas, the Bushes, and all these other presidents that died and put them all together. And they would not be as bad as the one that we have in office right now. Okay. I don't know what he has on these people. Okay. Here he is. Okay. This is what I was talking about. He's messing with the microphone. Okay. He's looking real nervous. Why are you so nervous? Why are you sweating, dude? He's messing with the papers on the desk. He's moving things around. You know how you got to place that coffee mug just right. You got to turn it a certain way. Anyway. So for me, here is the real cult. These are the people who are willing to sell their soul just to get a little piece of the action because they already know what's going on. If Donald Trump had told America, and I'm not talking about people like me, I read, so I already knew what was going to happen. Like many of you, we knew what was going to happen. We didn't vote for this man, but those who claim now that they were bamboozled. They didn't know. They're sorry. I'm so sorry. They have regrets, right? This is not what they voted for and all those things. Okay. A lot of people this year voted very selfishly. It wasn't what's best for the country. It's what's best for me. This man, y'all going to hear from yourselves, but I just got to say it now. Donald Trump has the nerve to blame the high price of eggs on Joe Biden. But the price of eggs were fine when Joe Biden was president. It didn't get high until his behind got elected. So what y'all help me out? What is he talking about? Y'all going to hear for yourselves. Y'all don't have to take it from me. But I think people voted very selfishly this year, you know. Yeah, go ahead and get those criminals out the country, not realizing that they were voting for all immigrants to leave the country. And the fact remains, we depend on some of these immigrants. These immigrants want the jobs and they work the jobs that nobody else wants, right? There are businesses now that are crying that they don't know how they're going to survive because they depend on immigrant labor. I care about the economy and the price of eggs. I don't like the fact that that transgender people get, monies to have transgender surgery. So I'm gonna vote for Trump because of that. You cannot get mad when criminal people do criminal shit. I'm just keeping it real. You can't be mad when the criminal president tells a lie. That's what criminals do. You can't be mad when the criminal president breaks a promise or when the criminal president is doing illegal stuff, but trying to brainwash you into thinking that it's legal. Because I'm hearing a lot of people still regurgitating every single thing that this man is saying. And I'm like, you are either blind or delusional, or you just won't admit that you were wrong. Simple as that. All right, we're gonna fast forward through some of this because now this is these are all the leaders. This is the cabinet. Okay, these are the ass kissers and the bootlickers coming into the room right now. Okay, these are all the people that are going home at night that have ulcers and everything else because they know what's going on is wrong, but they're not going to stand up because they want to get their piece of the pie. They're not going to stand up because they feel threatened by this man. All I'm going to say is that Donald Trump is going to end up pissing off the wrong person. It might be one of these farmers, because these farmers don't play. It might be one of these rural people. Remember, he went to the poor areas. While they're getting themselves together, Elon Musk called Social Security the biggest Ponzi scheme. I guess he would know all about him. Or maybe he knows nothing about Social Security because he doesn't need Social Security. He's not dependent on it. A Ponzi scheme, really? Or is it that they're trying to run a Ponzi scheme on us with our Social Security? Taking something that we have been paying taxes for all these decades, and everyone has gotten what they're supposed to get when they reach a certain age. And now they want to take, so basically you want to take Medicaid, $880 billion from Medicaid, Medicare, SNAP benefits, other benefits. So you want to take food away from the kids. You want the kids should be working for their lunch, right? So they shouldn't get free lunch. They should just starve, right? So take the food away from families that need it. Take monies that people paid into and they're old and can't work anymore, depend upon their Social Security. We're going to take that so that we can use it to fund tax breaks for the wealthy. And I hope y'all realize that money is not going to be enough and that there's still going to be a deficit. And you know who's going to end up paying for it? Us, right? Explain to me why Donald Trump is chauffeuring Musk around and JD Vance and all of them around, but really Elon Musk and his whole family. All right. He got 14 kids now. I think he just had another baby. This man got 14 doggone kids. That's going to be another show for another day because I got some tea on his behind. We're going to go through his whole life story. Since he likes to reveal Americans' data, I'm about to reveal all of his stuff. Anyway, why are they being chauffeured around on military? What do they call it? Military one, militia one, and Air Force one? What are we doing? That's what our taxpayers are paying for JD Vance to go skiing. Well, he effed around and found out because them people weren't playing. They're like, you ain't got to go home, uh, but you can't stay here. All right, I'm going to fast forward this to when the king comes into the room. All right. Oh, this is one of my favorite parts right here. Look at Melania's face. Melania went and got some Botox earlier today so that she didn't have to wear a fake smile all night. And I think she took JD Vance's wife with her and said, "Now I need some Botox too, because I can't do this shit all night. I can't sit here and smile all night and act like I'm happy to be here." Okay. I ain't never seen a more fake smile in all of my life. You know what she looks like? She looks like when you're in those pageants and you got to sit there and smile for a whole hour while you're on stage. And after a while, your cheeks start shaking because they're getting tired. That's what she looked like. Just fake as can be. Melania, girl, I fear you. You was a gold digger and you put up with Donald Trump because of the money. Listen, we ain't even mad at you. You're just a casualty of war. And if you don't know that, now you know because I said it. All right, I said it. Here goes Garcia. Is that Garcia? Yeah, he's another one. He looked real happy the other day, like he tired of this crap too. Oh, there goes our girl. There's Jasmine. Listen, Jasmine Crockett was sitting front row and center, like I gotta hear this ish. We gonna hear these lies going on. You should have seen the look on her face. Now you see how happy everybody is. This man is enforcing 25% tariffs on Canada and Mexico. And you know what Canada said? Canada said, go on with it. Go on with it. Because y'all forget 80 to 90% of y'all's energy comes from Canada. So we'll just stop supplying you energy. You just won't have no electricity. So you want to make America great again? Yeah, we we gonna take y'all back to the times when y'all were using whale oil for light. Okay. I don't know what point in America's history that was so great that Donald Trump wants to go back to besides the obvious. But anyway, Superfly in the building said, I finally caught a lie. I've been busy working. Superfly, I've been busy working too. That's why y'all haven't seen me. My job been working me like a dog. We're trying to get around some things because of this administration and what they're doing with all these government agencies. And so we are working like mules trying to get some things in order because it's a fight. It's a fight to the death now. People are losing their government jobs. I'm not a government employee. Thank God I used to be. I work private now, but that doesn't mean that private industry is not going to feel it. And so we're trying to get ahead of some things. All right. So there goes what Hesgeth, Pete Hesgeth, what's his name? Herschel Walker from The Walking Dead. Herschel Hesgeth, whatever the hell his name is. And there goes Robert F. Kennedy looking like he needs some Botox. Cause sir don't look like he gonna make it. He don't listen. Do these people realize that karma is so real and karma does not discriminate? Karma doesn't care if you're white, black, yellow, brown, orange, green, red. Okay, karma does not discriminate. Okay, but hey, listen. So, all right, so let's fast forward a little bit. So all these people, they're happy, they're celebrating, okay? And then here comes the king enters the building, okay? Here comes the king. And here, and there, you see her in the blue? Trump was right about everything. She's one of the biggest kiss asses I have seen ever. But we ain't gonna we ain't gonna talk about her right now. I'm gonna have to do a whole separate live just on her. That woman is a government employee that got the nerve to be saying that government employees ain't doing a damn thing and don't deserve their jobs. Lady, you were a government employee. What are you talking about? So you know what? This is what I think. I got a solution for y'all. You want to talk about some boycotts? I think every government employee should just walk off the damn job. The FAA worker, the workers that work in aviation, right? The air traffic controllers, just walk out. Just walk out. The FBI, just walk out. CDC, just walk out. Department of Energy, just walk off. DOD, abandon ship. Who else we got? Pentagon, walk off. Go take an extended lunch break. I'm on break. 2 hours later, I'm on break. 2 days later, I'm still on break. 2 months later, yeah, I'm still on break. Just walk out. Who else we got? What's left of the Social Security Administration? Yeah, just walk off. If all government employees, if we was to have a walkout, a national walkout, right? We just all gonna take a lunch break all at the same doggone time. You ever work for a company, right? And you got a little clique and they all like go to break. Imagine if you go to the bank and you need to cash your check so that you can take that money over to the repo place so that you can try to get your car back, and you trying to meet like a 4 o'clock deadline, all right? Or they're going to keep your car forever. And you walk into the bank and everybody on break. You walk into the grocery store and ain't nobody at the cash. How was everybody on break? Everybody needs to take a break. Everybody just needs to walk off. So they can, because they claim that government employees don't do anything. Let's show them how much we don't do. Okay. Let's show them how much would not get done without government employees. If you're working from home, go walk your dog for like 8 hours. Go to the dog park. All right. If you live in a warm part of the country, go get on the water slide. Okay. Go put on your bathing suit and go hang out in the lazy river. I'm just saying, just walk out. Okay. Talking about federal employees that don't need their jobs because they don't work. Excuse you? Let me just say this. There was a time when government jobs were filled primarily by people of color, right? Because we realized very early on that there were great benefits. The salary was good, okay? And that we could actually come up, we could rise out from our current position, our current station, right? And then at some point, white people started saying, wait a minute, all these black people buying homes and they driving cars and they doing this, that, and the third. We need to start getting into some of these government jobs. So one day the king, his old ass woke up and said, hold on a second. These government jobs are lucrative. I'm going to run for president, but one of the things I got to do, and I'm going to put this in Project Plan 2025, and then when America decides it's not popular, I'm going to pretend like I don't know shit about it. Yeah, I'm on one tonight. So if I'm cussing a little bit, y'all forgive me. I'm on one tonight. So yeah, so we're going to get rid of 2 million government employees so I can give jobs to my friends and my ass kissers, right? My bootlickers, my loyal, those who swear fealty to me. Okay. Kia said Trump is such an idiot. He wants to do away with DEI and people who look like me. Look, you know what? Kia, Trump is not the only idiot. Let me tell you who the real idiots are, besides the people that voted for the man. The real idiots are the people who are affected by this most. It's not black and brown people, believe it or not, because there are more white people on welfare, SNAP benefits, Obamacare, and all these other government programs than anybody else, right? It's only like 30-something%. I think it's 37% of black and brown people or African Americans are on like welfare, for example. Okay, because the welfare whore himself, Elon Musk, who thinks he knows everything and don't know a damn thing. Okay, 67% of the people on SNAP benefits on welfare, getting free lunches and getting a welfare check or EBT card, are white. That's who you're hurting, right? Black people are quite educated. If you look at the black population in terms of their level of education, we're good. You got a lot of illiterate people who, and I'm not talking about the people who came into this country and didn't speak the language. I'm talking about people who have been here, okay, who were in rural areas, who saw Donald Trump as a rags to riches story. That man was born with a silver spoon in his mouth, okay? Rags where? That man ain't never wore rags, okay? Anyway, so those are the people that are going to get hit the hardest. It's not us. We're gonna be okay. Okay. And I saw a post on Twitter about if people on welfare can spend $150 on their hair and nails every week and buy $230 sneakers every other month, then they should be able to afford school lunches. So you know who they were taking a dig at, right? But because Donald Trump has decided that the country will be woke no longer. Well, we've been woke. I don't know where they at. Okay. That's the new term now. He's declared a war on wokeness, whatever the hell that means. But anyway, I guess intelligence, right? You know, our country will be intelligent no longer. Our country will be free no longer, you know, because now it's pay to play. But anyway, so that it's those people. It's the black people who bought into this bull crap, right? It's those people. And you don't see them saying much anymore. Right? Not one of them got one of these coveted jobs that they were licking boots for. Not one of them, right? Have no need for them now because Donald Trump got what he wanted, right? The question wasn't what was Donald Trump going to do? It was how. America didn't want Kamala Harris, who had a plan, who was going to expand Medicaid and Medicare, who was going to expand long-term care. So when Pop, you know, and Nana get too old to take care of themselves, but they don't necessarily need to be in a home, you know, they can live with you. You just need an aide to look after them during the day while you're working. She was going to extend those services and extend long-term care. So when, you know, Big Mama and Pops get, you know, it's too much for you to take care of them at home, even with an aide, they could be in a long-term care facility as long as they need to be. Do you realize that Medicare pays for long-term care facilities? And without Medicare, you're paying out of pocket? Donald Trump and all of these people, wait a minute, let me just go ahead and hit play. All of these people high-fiving and clapping, and they have money. They can afford to pay for Nana to be in long-term care until she goes home to glory, right? You've got people living in long-term care who have no family. They have nowhere to go. So what happens when there's no more money to house them? They're just going to be put on the street, right? Superfly, you taking in Big Mama because she ain't got nowhere to go. I would love to, but I can't do it. I could barely keep a consistent YouTube schedule. I'm just saying. DOD, what's going on, DOD? How are you, sir? Said Trump is a 34-time convicted felon and an essay abuser and a bold-faced lie. You better preach, okay? You better preach. But this is who was put into office, not because America voted for him, because let's be clear. Some people voted for him, but it wasn't enough for him to become president. He had to cheat, okay? Because Donald Trump does not know how to win fair and square. He knew he was not going to win it, so he cheated. Right. And now that he's president, he thinks he has immunity. He's letting all type of things slip. Talking about Elon was he's good with those voting machines. Okay, you know what? You just threw your friend under the bus. I'm good, DOD. I'm just fired up because I've been sitting back watching this nonsense week after week. I have an email box full of news articles. It's so overwhelming. I don't even know where to start because just when I think, okay, I'm going to go live tonight and talk about this, there's something else and something else and something else. Planes falling out of the doggone sky because of this man. So let's go ahead and hear the foolishness. Okay. Look at JD. He clapping until his hands turn red. Let's go ahead and listen to the nonsense. These same people that's clapping going to be crying later because what they think they're going to get, they're not going to get because Donald Trump is a puppet. Vladimir Putin is very, very smart. This man needed a dummy, somebody who he could con into becoming his best friend, somebody who you know, is kind of like the scammer trying to scam another scammer, two cons trying to con each other. So Donald Trump is trying to con Russia by befriending him and giving him a little, you know, giving him a few crumbs so he can teach Donald Trump how to be a dictator. And so far, Donald Trump he's on his way, right? He's on his way because people in power are still too afraid to speak up, right? I wish I was up there because I'm like Jasmine Crockett. I'm gonna say what I want to say. I don't care because I don't I ain't scared of y'all. Y'all can threaten me all you want to. All right, y'all come up in this house if you want to, and I got two right for you. Okay, and it ain't Smith and Wesson. I got something faster than that. Okay. Anyway, but point is, he's trying to buddy up to Russia so he can learn how to be a dictator. Meanwhile, you know what I think? That's just my opinion. I think Russia has set a trap for Donald Trump and hence America because I think they want to take over this government. Do you understand that this man has put us in a position where everybody could just fall back from us and we would be standing alone? Canada has flipped us the bird. Mexico is going to be next. All it takes is for Russia and China and North Korea to band together and we're finished. Okay? He's threatening Zelensky, talking about he's going to end up leading us into World War III. Donald Trump needs to take a look in the mirror because this is what happens when you live your life like a reality TV show. This is not a reality TV show. This is real life. My question to you is, will we make it to the end of Trump's reign? Right? Because this man is not trying to leave office after 4 years, if y'all don't know that. All right, anyway, let's go. Such a narcissist. I mean, he's eating it all up. Did y'all know Donald Trump was bow-legged? I didn't realize he was so bow-legged. I saw him get out the golf cart and I was like, good God almighty, what happened? Looked like somebody broke both knees. Child, Donald Trump is spray tan up.
The First Lady of the United States.
Oh, you mean the first lady to not do shit? Because Melania ain't trying to do a damn thing. She didn't do nothing the first term, but still Michelle Obama's speech. And the second time around, I think, what is she doing? A book, a documentary? That's it. The first lady to not do a damn thing while her husband was president, other than wear some ugly ass outfits. Good job, Melania. Good job.
Members of the United States Congress, thank you very much.
You mean cult members? Be real. Cult members. He's addressing his cult right now. Okay? He's addressing his cult. Because anyone that does not go against Donald Trump basically stands with him. I'm just saying.
And to my fellow citizens, America is back.
Mr. Trump, America isn't back. I mean, did we go somewhere? Kia, Jerome, Andrea, help me out. Did America go somewhere? Like, have I been sleeping so long that America went somewhere and we just came back? Did we time travel? What the hell does he mean America is back? What? Were we not just here yesterday? I told y'all this man got dementia. I'm telling you, he is developing early onset dementia, okay? Because he think America done went somewhere. Okay, America went fishing yesterday, but we back, in case y'all didn't get the memo, okay? We were skipping rocks 2 days ago, but we back, okay? America went on vacation in Italy, but we back. Yeah, okay, Donald, okay. So America's back, everybody. I didn't know we went anywhere, but we back now, okay?
Six weeks ago, I stood beneath the dome of this Capitol and proclaimed the dawn of the golden age of America. From that moment on, it has been nothing but swift and unrelenting action to usher.
Yes, we know. You tried to fire 2 million people. We know. You stole $880 billion of taxpayer money. We know. And what you didn't steal, you wasted. $700,000 every time he sends one of these military planes with illegals who he claims are supposed to be criminals, but most of them are just regular working people. And some of these people actually pay taxes. So yeah, we know it's been relentless. He's been letting people go and then trying to hire them back because they messed up. I told y'all every government employee needs to just walk off the job for like a week. This whole country will come crashing down. Okay. We will bring about Trump-mageddon for real, for real.
You're in the greatest and most successful era in the history of our country. We have accomplished more in 43 days than most administrations accomplished in 4 years or 8 years, and we are just getting started.
Do y'all see the cult clapping? We have accomplished more in 43 days than any other administration has done in 4 years, and we are just getting started, okay? So when I tell y'all that what we have seen thus far is just the beginning, I literally mean just that. Some of y'all are wondering how bad is it going to get? I'm telling y'all right now, every time you get paid, you need to take $200 or $300 out that bank and put it under your mattress, okay? Because these dumbasses done got kids all up in our Social Security, all up in the IRS, have access to all of our information, trying to figure out who's what, who's where. And I will not be surprised if there are more letters than usual going out telling people that they owe when they really don't owe. So make sure you have a very good tax accountant. I hope you got all your receipts and you've been keeping track of your spending. Okay. And before you panic and say, oh God, they're saying I owe this, look into it because yeah, Jumpman, I think they're up to something. Okay. These people clapping like this man saved the world.
I return to this chamber tonight to report that America's momentum is back, our spirit is back, our pride is back, our confidence is back, and the American dream is surging bigger and better than ever before.
Now, President, not my president, but just out of respect, President Criminal in Chief, I got to add to it. America is back apparently for rich white folk. Okay. Those who can afford to pay to play, because there are quite a few people that lack melanin who are woke now, okay? Because they thought that this was not going to touch them. They thought they were going to be okay until they started losing their jobs too, okay? Until now they realize they're losing their benefits too. So it is back. It is better than ever for those who are able to pay to play. Look at who is in the room. Okay, because Donald Trump is not talking to me. He's not talking to Believe Beauty is her name, or Jerome Street, or Kia, or Tony. He is not talking to any of us. He is not talking to any of the middle class, regardless of what race. He's definitely not talking to the lower class. Okay. And he's not even talking to the upper middle class or the upper class, period. He's talking to the rich of the rich. Okay. Because apparently they had a meeting that we were not privy to. And they came up with the plan of how they're going to steal taxpayer money and convince them that they're being efficient and they're cleaning house. If y'all haven't heard it by now, all that money that Elon claimed that he found and saved, it was a lie. He fudged the numbers. They took the numbers off of their website because they've been called out on so many lies. Nobody's been arrested. So there hasn't been any fraud that has been found. Okay. It is a smokescreen. Look over here. So you ever seen like a pickpocket and what they do? Right. So I see Jerome on the street. Right. And I purposely knock into him, and I knock into him really hard. So he's focusing on the impact of me knocking into him that he doesn't even feel me taking his wallet out of his jacket pocket. right? That's what they're doing. They got us focusing on, oh my gosh, we're going to lose Social Security. Oh my gosh, we're going to pay more taxes. We're going to lose SNAP benefits, and we're going to pay higher tariffs, and everything is going to cost more. And the prices of eggs are going to probably end up being $50 a dozen in the next couple of, by the end of the year, because they don't want you to see all that's happening over here. Because what they really are trying to do is to get rid of all the regulatory bodies that have eyes on what they're doing, that are investigating their illegal practices, that can technically shut them down. We're going to get rid of all those people. So basically, we can do whatever we want, right? We're just going to, how do you steal from the poor to give to the rich? You know how evil that is? You got all of this doggone money and you still want more? And it's not like you want more to earn it honestly. You just gonna steal it. And they're clapping. Like, I don't know what kind of spell this country is under, but Donald Trump doesn't want people to be woke. He wants you to be asleep. He wants you to believe all this stuff that's going on. He wants you to buy in. So by the time you realize what's going on, it's really, really too late. But anyway, let's listen to this devil tell some more lies. And he's holding on to that desk for dear life. I don't even think the man can stand on his own. Let's see how long it takes before he takes his hands off of this pedestal, because they're claiming that his hands are bruised up because he be shaking hands. But you know what? Biden shook a lot of hands and never had any bruises. I'm just saying. And Donald Trump is now the oldest person to be president of the United States. So let's just be clear.
The American dream is unstoppable, and our country is on the verge of a comeback, the likes of which the world has never witnessed and perhaps will never witness again.
Oh, he's right about that, but not in a good way.
There's never been anything like it. The presidential election of November 5th was a mandate like has not been seen in many decades. We won.
It was a mandate. Now, y'all tell me what that means. The election was a mandate. Oh, because he mandated people to vote for him, or he was going to go after them, or he was going to come after their families, or he was going to make sure that they don't have a job, and that they say, I'll make sure that, you'll never make a living in this town again type situation. That was the mandate. Listen to how Donald Trump low-key tells on himself.
All 7 swing states, giving us an electoral college victory of 312 votes.
Okay, so that's how he did it. So he mandated the swing states, you better vote for me. No, that's not how he did it. He mandated Elon Musk to figure out a way to mess with those machines anyway. You see this guy's face? Wait a minute. All right, so just look in the first row of the men that you see standing up. All right, so you got the guy all the way on the left side of the screen with the light blue suit. You got the dude with the light blue and the navy blue tie. All right. He look, but that's not who I want to focus on. Look to the right of him. This guy's face is classic. I mean, he sounds like he's listening to the biggest wad of bull crap he's ever heard in his life. Look at some of the people's faces. Look at this guy all the way at the top of the screen, right? He's 1, 2, 3, 4 people from the left. I mean, he just looks like, he's like, you know what? I could have had a V8 like this. Anyway, when I tell you that I saw things that other people didn't see, and this was totally hilarious to me, because this was never about Donald Trump. What was the purpose of him going before Congress? For what? Because he's trying to brainwash some more people. I mean, the jig is pretty much up at this point. Most people know it. I beg to say that everybody knows it. It's just the people that don't want to admit it just don't want to admit that they're wrong. And the other people don't want to give up their power. They don't want to give up the position they have, right? They kissed this man ass for a position. They basically sold their soul to the devil, basically.
We won the popular vote by big numbers and won counties in our country.
Boo. You see his face? Donald Trump is a narcissist, right? He doesn't like bad press. He doesn't like when he's not being praised, and he has not let go of that podium yet. Okay, he looks like if he lets go, he is going to pass out. Like his legs are just gonna buckle from underneath him. Anyway, y'all let me know when he lets go, because he ain't listen. He is over here like Jack and Rose from the Titanic. You know, I won't let go. I won't let go, Jack. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Anyway, let's keep going. I'm sorry. So you see, there's Congressman Al Green right there. He's standing up. All right. And the MAGA cultists, who are primarily on the right side of the room, okay, are shouting USA because they're trying to cover up the boos. Because if you didn't hear that, Donald Trump was being booed. Okay, he was being booed.
And won counties in our country, 2,700 to 525.
All right, y'all saw that, right? Did you see the thumbs up? Now he let go of the podium. He let go of one hand. Okay, that's what I looked like when I was 1 year old, and people thought I could walk, but I could only walk when I was holding on to something. Okay, because I was terrified of falling when I was a baby, and so I might let go with one hand, but I got to hold on with the other hand. Lord help me, Jesus. You saw what he did, right? Did y'all see that? He threw his hand up, his thumb up in the air, and then he moved his hand across like "Get him out of here." That was the "Get him out of here" sign. Y'all caught that, right? If y'all didn't catch that after the live, just roll it back. All right.
On a map that reads almost completely red for Republican. Now for the first.
Why are you shaking your head, Donald Trump? Okay, you see him, right? So Donald Trump gives him the sign, right? Get him out of here. Here we go. We got, one of the overseers over here. They done sent the patty rollers for Mr. Green, right? We're gonna get Mr. Green up out of here. And look at the photographers. Do y'all see the photographers? They are drooling, knowing that they got the shot. The shot taken seconds before Al Green is going to be manhandled and thrown up out of the room, right? Out of the congressional meeting. Yeah. Donald Trump, he craves loyalty. He does not like he doesn't like disloyalty. He doesn't like people going against him. He doesn't like to appear that he's not liked. All right. But Donald Trump is getting booed every time he stands up to speak, and no less. Here we go. One person, all of those people in the room, and only one person stood up to point at him and say, "You're a liar. You're a fraud." Right? We didn't elect you. You did not win fairly. You're not the popular vote. Right? If Donald Trump is the popular vote, then why are all these people protesting? Why are all these people protesting in Salem, Oregon? I don't even know where Salem is. Okay. I barely know where Oregon is on the map, but it's in the Midwest somewhere, I guess. Whatever. Oregon, Austin, Texas, Phoenix, Arizona, Los Angeles, Raleigh, Durham, Charlotte, North Carolina, all the major cities, right? Philadelphia, Boston, all over this country. Now, the interesting thing is, if you look at the people who are protesting, have you seen many people of color? Because I saw these protests going on in the weekend. I didn't see one person. Because we have done our protesting. We have done a lifetime's worth of protesting, okay, for civil rights that many other minorities got the benefit of. It's time for y'all to stand up and fight for us while we take a back seat. I'm at home eating fried chicken and watermelon. I'm just saying, I'm at home eating some collard greens and chitterlings. Okay, that's what I'm doing. I'm not protesting. Okay, my days of protesting for George Floyd and Michael Brown and Trayvon Martin. Okay, I should share some pictures with y'all. This is before I had my locks. All right, with my face all made up with the "I can't breathe." Okay, whose streets? Our streets. Okay, all of that. No justice, no peace. We done with all of that. We're done. We're gonna sit back and let y'all protest for a while. Because apparently, when we protest, we we get some results. Okay. We have made some major changes, but it's time for y'all to take the reins, okay, and do some work for a change. So we're gonna sit at home eating fried chicken and watermelon, collard greens and chitterlings, okay, with some hot sauce. All right. All right. That's what we're gonna do. With some Texas Pete or some Red Hot or some Franks, whatever one you like. Okay. Put that ish on everything. While y'all go out and protest in the hot ass sun in the freezing cold, okay. Talking about no justice, no peace. Okay. And letting Donald Trump know how y'all feel. It's about doggone time. And don't ask for us. Okay. Don't ask where is the black community. Don't ask where's Black Lives Matter. They ain't coming. Okay. Don't ask where the Million Man March. They ain't coming either. Okay. Let the LGBTQ community and the women for Trump and all these people that voted for this man who are woke now, yeah, have at it. Okay. We ain't coming. So just to let y'all know, the revolution will not be televised. And if it is televised, we won't be there. I'm just saying. Anyway, let me keep going. Hold on a second. Jerome said he got a prediction. What's your prediction, Jerome? Jerome Street said, my prediction, he's going to be unfit. There's no way he's making 3 years. I don't think these Republicans are going to be able to sit back too much longer. Okay. And I'm not talking about the MAGA cult, the people on the right side of the room that's doing what we would have done in church. I mean, they acting like he preaching the best sermon they ever had. Okay. Clapping and no, not talking about them. I'm talking about those who you saw that are tight-lipped, that are, you ever see someone that it's written all over your face. Okay. All over their face, no poker face. You know, they would rather be anywhere else but here, but they have to be. Dang, you should make a show about that. That's powerful. I know that's right. Listen, we can do it. We can do it. But what we ain't gonna do, we ain't protesting no more. We tired. Okay, because y'all didn't want to listen to us. Okay, all of this energy, where was that when it was time to vote? Okay. Where was that when it was presidential election time? Okay. Where was that energy when it was time to vote for your local leaders? You know, vote for the people to be in the Senate, vote for the Congress members, right? For your local councilmen and women, right? Where was all of this energy? You are a day late and like $10 million short. Okay. Not even $1 short, $10 million short. So yeah, I don't know what they're going to be able to do to determine that this man is unfit mentally or physically, or to get him impeached and out of office. But the truth of the matter is, even if they did, DOD, Jerome, even if they did get him out, who's going to take his place? Y'all saw him. Mr. Big Man in charge telling Zelensky, have you thanked Donald Trump? Have you thanked America? Because that's how we treat people in need, right? Donald Trump is pissed off because he didn't want to support the war on Ukraine anymore, right? He knows that his best friend and his butt buddy, Vladimir Putin, is watching. So he had to do something to show him that he's still on his side. Okay. Right. Y'all been in relationships before. It's kind of like when your girlfriend says, well, how come you never put pictures of me on Instagram? You know, you always liking other people's pictures. You need to put pictures of us on Instagram. Okay. So he did it for the gram. Okay. Well, in his case, X, Twitter, whatever the hell you want to call it now. Right. I don't really care. Right. So he was posing. He had to show his butt buddy, like, I'm still on your side. See, look, it was a setup. Donald Trump had no intentions of negotiating for peace. He set that man up to react the way that he acted, as respectful as he was. It didn't matter. Okay. If this man was not on his hands and knees licking Donald Trump's boots, they were going to say what they said. And the loudest one in the room. Okay. Loudest one in the room. Where the hell you been? Now all of a sudden you got something to say. And that's what comes out of your mouth. And Zelensky asked him, "Have you ever been to Ukraine?" Well, I'm not a lawyer, but I play one on TV, right? I ain't never been to Ukraine, but I seen it on TV. No, the answer is no. Never been to Ukraine, never been on a battlefield, never been in war. Okay? What would happen if war came to the United States? I'm not talking about World War III where we're sending troops, because you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna send all the illegal immigrants to go fight the war. And when they run out of illegal immigrants, they're gonna send all the black folk to fight the war, right? Not talking about that. I'm talking about war is here on American soil. United States is being invaded. You know what Donald Trump would do? Well, we know what Elon Musk would do. Okay, he would get on one of his tinfoil rocket ships and try to shoot his ass to Barnes. Okay, Donald Trump will be on one of his boats somewhere. Okay, he because Mar-a-Lago wouldn't be safe, right? Or he'd be in a bunker, because I think he got a bunker somewhere. Okay, and he could probably ride it out in the next 20 years, which he'd be dead by then. But whatever, right? Anyway, how did I get on this topic? I'm sorry, y'all. I told y'all I'm on one tonight. All right, let's keep the lies coming, okay? Because this is good. Let's keep it coming.
First time in modern history, more Americans believe that our country is headed in the right direction than the wrong direction. In fact, it's an astonishing record, 27-point swing, the most ever.
See, even the microphone know you lying, right? Even the microphone know you lying. The microphone was messing up for just a second. Americans believe that we're moving in the right direction. So Donald Trump is hopeful and happy about people who don't read, who don't fact check, who just want to watch reality TV or go to a gossip YouTube channel or bury their head in the sand. I don't want to deal with this right now. He likes you. You're his best friends, because he can come on here and tell you anything, right? But I know for a fact they've done polls, right? And it's not more than 50% of Americans in this country. It's a thumbs down for Donald Trump. I don't know what the hell this man is talking about, but there are still people who will hear this and believe it. Yeah, because America didn't vote for you. We didn't vote for you. Some people did, but no, we know who we voted for. We know who we voted for. Okay, the woman who actually had a plan that was going to help us, right? But her plan was going to help us. In order for us to be helped, Donald Trump and his rich friends weren't going to be going. You know, rich people, that's how they make their money. They make their money based on depressing others, right? They make their money by putting their foot on your neck, right? Because as long as you're earning dollars, that's less money that they're earning. Right? That's how they look at it. As long as there are people that are making money in this country, that's money that we could have, right? So we're going to figure out a way, because Donald Trump wants to be the king of this country where all the money is his. He wants to create a caste system, right? And within a caste system, CASTE, right? Not castaway, like our actor friend whose name I can't think of right now. But anyway, not that caste. And in a caste system, it's almost impossible for you to move above your station. If you're, on the bottom, that's where you're going to stay, right? If you're on the top, if you're in the middle, that's where you're going to stay, right? So anyway, let's see what's just about to happen, because I don't think this has ever happened in the history of American government, where someone has literally been damn near dragged out of a congressional meeting like this. All right, y'all see my man in the middle, right? Okay, so you see the blonde lady in the white suit. Now just go to the guy standing behind her. Look at his faces are his faces are sending me. Look at his face.
Likewise.
That is exactly how everybody in America should look right about now. Okay, this man is woke. He gets it. All right, he don't want to be here. He's sick of the BS. He's tired of hearing the lies. All right. He's pissed off that he's even a Republican to begin with, but most people don't change parties like that. So it is what it is. All right. And you want to know what's crazy? I relearned something that I had learned a long time ago and forgot. If you look at the history of the Democratic Party, it used to be reversed. The Democratic Party, a long time ago, they were for slavery and oppression and that kind, plantation slavery style American economy. And then it was the Republicans that were like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Now the reverse is true. Isn't that interesting? But y'all don't got to take my word for it. Y'all Google and schmoogling and look it up for your own self.
Small business optimism. So it's single largest 1 month gain ever recorded.
Mr. President.
Small business gains? Oh, really? Well, not really, because you done took away the small business labor force, right? You done took away, and some of these immigrants are not even illegal. He's removing people from this country that have a legal right to be here. He just getting rid of everybody, right? Small businesses. No, Donald Trump, sorry, sir. I think not. But Kamala Harris had a plan to give 50,000 to small businesses, right? And I was going to be one of the first ones signing up for this grant or whatever monies that I was going to be able to get to, grow my business. It's still going to happen. I'm just going to have to find another way. And actually, at this point, I might have to wait until this man is dead, because I don't think right now is the time to be starting a business. Unless we all going to get together and start building and developing some black banks, some black shopping malls, because y'all know black people love to shop. One thing about black people is we spend some money. Okay, we will spend our rent money on some shoes and some clothes. Okay, so I think we need to build our own malls. All right, that's a business that I'll be willing to go into. But anyway, here's where the drama starts.
1 point jump.
Members are directed to uphold and maintain decorum in the House and to cease any further disruptions. That's your warning.
The overseer has spoken. Yes, a boss. Look at Trump's face. He finally let go of that doggone podium. You see Trump's face. Trump is pissed off because now everyone is going to know that he's not the popular guy, that he's not well liked. Okay. Members of Congress ain't feeling Donald Trump at all. Y'all seen the faces. Don't just look at the people clapping. You got to look at the look on their face. They ain't feeling Trump at all.
Members are engaging in willful and continuing breach of decorum, and the chair is prepared to direct the Sergeant at Arms to restore order to the joint session.
Sergeant at Arms. Now look at the little brunette over here. Let me see if I could just roll this back for a second. Did y'all see what she just did? Look at the bottom right hand side of the screen. I'm gonna try to pause it. I'm gonna try to.
Finding that members continue to engage in willful and concerted disruption of proper decorum, the chair now directs the Sergeant at Arms to restore order.
You see him? You see the guy in the blue suit? Okay, you see him? This look like a modern day lynch mob to me. But anyway,
remove this gentleman from the chamber.
And y'all, they did. They did. They removed him from the chamber. Okay? Because he was such a threat. Mm-hmm. Look at Miss Brunette over here in the white dress. Yeah, go ahead. You need to leave. You need to go. Mm-hmm. That's a doggone shame. Now, have y'all ever seen anything like that before in your life? Have y'all ever seen such division in your life? When President Obama was elected, you had people in Germany and Austria and Hungary and Czechoslovakia. Can you even spell Czechoslovakia? Amsterdam, England, all over this country. Taiwan, Thailand, the whole world celebrated, right? And for just a couple seconds, it was like the world was on one accord. This right here, I mean, I know I'm clowning and I'm making jokes and carrying on, but it's sad. You understand? Because Donald Trump keeps pushing this make America great again. But what he has done is usher us into the ugliest part of American history. And that was the divide, where you had people with a certain skin color thought that they were better or superior to people of a different skin color and felt like these people weren't human. Right? That's where we're at. All the strides that were made by the civil rights movement taking us right on back. Right? And we're not going to stand for it. Is it going to be like how what? No. Because at some point, all of this is going to implode. It can only go on but for so long. And I don't know how long. How long could be a year, it could be 2. I don't know. But the division, I read an article about a young little black girl with locks like mine. Okay, y'all can see I got my hair done. Y'all see? See, I got my hair done. Mm-hmm. I finally got my hair done, y'all. Anyway, I had a conference. I had to get my hair done. But anyway, this little black girl was held down by 3 white girls, called her everything but a child of God. The N-word, called her, listen, words that I'm not even going to repeat. The fact that these little kids even know these words, they don't know nothing about Black history, but they know the N-word very well and some other words. Held this girl down, pulled out a parrot at the school. This is on the school playground. It's not even safe to be on the playground. Held this little black girl down and cut off her locks. Okay? And the school said, well, we're going to let the kids resolve it. Say what? So this is not assault. This is not a hate crime. This is not racially motivated. Kids didn't get suspended. Okay. And now this little girl is terrified to go to school. I would be in jail. Okay. Because I would have hunted down every last one of them girls and shaved their head bald. Okay. Or worse. But, I can't say that on YouTube. But anyway, but it's a doggone shame. Kids are not even safe in school because the young people are watching this foolishness on TV and they're taking their cues from the adults, right? These kids don't even understand the ramifications of what they're doing. They're too young. But because this is what is being taught in their household, this is the narrative that's being pushed, they're listening to grandpa yelling at the TV, talking about, yeah, get those ninjas out of there, right? And I seen another story of a young black boy who was ambushed in the bathroom, switched schools, and then he was ambushed on school property. They chased this child halfway home. And when he got close to home and he was feeling a little safe and a little confident, he pulled out a knife and stabbed the hell out of the people who jumped him. And they want to press charges against him. This is how Trump has made America great again. This is what, unfortunately, people voted for, was all of this. The question was never what this man was going to do, but how he was going to do it. Because I'm pretty sure if people had even thought for a moment, and he said how he was going to do it in Project 2025, by the way. It's just, you hear a 900-page document, and who the hell wants to read that? I even covered highlights of it on my YouTube channel, not this one, but my other channel, right? So this is the legacy that we're leaving for our kids, because the damage that is being done now is going to take decades to undo. But anyway, we ain't going to be here being all sad and boo-hooing and whatnot. We just going to clown the clowns, because this man is not a king or a president to me. He is nothing more than a court jester, a clown, a minstrel. Okay, so we just going to keep clowning.
Over the past 6 weeks, I have signed nearly 100 executive orders and taken more than 400 executive actions, a record, to restore common sense, safety, optimism, and wealth all across our wonderful land.
Oh, okay. So that's how he got them bruises on his hand, y'all. That's why his hands are all bruised up. Okay, because he's signing 1,001 executive orders, trying so hard to undo everything that Biden has done as quickly as he can before he drops dead. Wow. The crazy thing is there are some people in that room who actually believe what this man is saying. Donald Trump knows that what he's saying is not true. He knows this. He knows. But there are people in this room that are so brainwashed, and that's what a cult is. And he is nothing more than a cult leader. And he is a threat, the biggest threat to national security, him and Elon, that we have ever seen.
The people elected me to do the job, and I'm doing it.
Let's speed this up a little bit.
In fact, it has been stated by many that the first month of our presidency, it's our presidency, is the most
No, it's you and Elon's presidency. Like, tell the truth, okay? Your wife is going to be very upset with you if you don't tell the truth. And I'm not talking about Melania Trump. Yeah. I'm not talking about Beauty and the Tramp. I'm talking about Elon Musk, okay? Tell the truth. It's you and your wife, Elon Musk's presidency, okay?
In the history of our nation. By many. And what makes it even more impressive is that, do you know who number 2 is? George Washington. How about that? I don't know about that list, but we'll take it.
Okay, that's the narcissist in him. He's trying to say that he is number 1, second only to George Washington. Okay. All right. Donald Trump.
Within hours of taking the oath of office, I declared a national emergency on our southern border, and I deployed the U.S. military and border patrol to repel the invasion of our country.
With taxpayer dollars, right? With taxpayer dollars, he has sent all this militia because he wants to show the world that his dick is bigger than everybody else's. Okay, that's really what it's all about. Okay, I didn't even mean to pause it, but look at his face. Like, oh my gosh. And he didn't take the oath. Okay, his hand was not even on the Bible. Melania was holding that Bible, and his hand was down by his side. Okay, so those of y'all who think he's the Antichrist, y'all might be right.
And what a job they've done. As a result, illegal border crossings last month were by far the lowest ever recorded, ever.
And who cares about people crossing the border if we can't afford food? Donald Trump can afford expensive eggs. He can afford expensive bacon. He can afford paying $8 a gallon for gas. Who the hell cares about people coming in and out of this country if we can't even afford to put gas in our car to get to work? Okay? If we can't afford electricity because you done pissed off Canada, so now our electric bills are going from $200, $300, $400 a month to $2,000 a month. Can you imagine? Y'all better start stocking up on candles. I'm just saying.
They heard my words and they chose not to come. Much easier that way. In comparison, under Joe Biden, the worst president in American history, there were hundreds of thousands of illegal crossings a month, and virtually all of them, including murderers, drug dealers, gang members, and people from mental institutions and insane asylums, were released into our country. Who would want to do that? This is my 5th such speech to Congress. And once again, I look at the Democrats in front of me, and I realize there is absolutely nothing I can say to make them happy, or to make them stand or smile or applaud. Nothing I can do. I could find a...
You damn right. The only thing you can do that make us stand, make us happy, or make us applaud is to drop dead where you stand. Okay? That would make us happy. Can you just have a stroke right now? Okay? We know you got your little ear, shot off and whatnot, and you half almost broke your leg trying to play golf because you're too damn old. But can you get on, since you love Elon? Listen, since Donald Trump loves Elon Musk so much, can Donald Trump just get on one of Elon Musk's spaceships them tenfold rocket ships. Can you just, why don't you be the first person to land on Mars? That would be a great legacy for Donald Trump. Let's shoot Donald Trump's ass on a rocket ship headed for Mars. Because you already know what's going to happen. You know it's going to explode midair. You know it's never going to make it out of U.S. airspace, right? It would never even make it up into the atmosphere. Okay, that would be the last sunrise or sunset he ever see. Why don't you do that for us? Since you believe in Elon Musk and his SpaceX program so much, why don't you get your ass on one of them rocket ships and you be the first person to set foot on Mars? How about that for a legacy? And we will all watch it on TV. Okay, I will make enough popcorn for all of Atlanta. Okay, y'all can come to my house and we'll watch it on my big ass TV and celebrate, knowing that your ass ain't never coming back. If you want us to stand, clap, and applause, that's what you can do for us. And not just for the Democrats, but for a lot of Republicans too, because I'm looking at their faces and they can't stand your ass.
Cure to the most devastating disease, a disease that would wipe out entire nations, or announce the answers to the greatest economy in history, or the stoppage of crime to the lowest levels ever recorded. And these people sitting right here will not clap.
No. You standing right there, holding on to the podium so your ass don't pass out, talking about some diseases. You didn't kill enough people during COVID. You didn't enough people didn't die for you. Now you elected someone who claims that he doesn't believe in vaccines, even though he vaccinates his own kids, okay? Because he makes money saying that vaccines are not good for you, so he can go and turn around and for a fee help people sue the vaccine companies so he can get a kickback. But now he's saying, yeah, vaccines is a good thing because now he's over HHS. Don't know nothing about the medical field. Okay, you might as well put Elon's little son X over HHS. He probably would do a good job because at least that little boy tell the truth. Okay, he told Donald Trump, "You are not the president. You need to go. Okay, you need to shut your effing mouth. You need to go. Right? You shouldn't be here." And no lies were told. That little boy told the truth. As disrespectful and nasty with his booger nose digging self, wiping his boogies, all on that nice, pretty oak desk, but he told the truth. He told the truth. We have a measles outbreak. Measles were contained years ago. Why are we having a measles outbreak? Now we got avian flu. Now we have one of the worst flu seasons that we've seen in a very, very long time. They can't barely contain that. And who the hell else knows what is coming? Anyway.
Will not stand and certainly will not cheer for these astronomical achievements. They won't do it no matter what. Five times I've been up here. It's very sad.
We know. We wish you would sit your ass down somewhere. Look at Nancy Pelosi.
So Democrats sitting before me, for just this one night, why not join us in celebrating so many incredible wins for America?
Hell to the no, hell to the no, 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 hell no. Okay? Y'all seen The Color Purple? The old white mayor said, would you like to be my maid? And Oprah Winfrey, well, she was Sophia, said, hell no. Miss Millie said, what did you say? I said, hell no. No. We ain't clapping for you. We ain't standing for you. We ain't doing none of that. No. No.
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
For the good of our nation, maybe he could just resign. Now you see the signs, right? Must steals, save Medicaid, protect veterans. I didn't even get to talking about the veterans. Okay. So to save a few dollars on some doggone eggs, why don't you buy yourself a chicken And then you could get all the eggs you want to get. To save a few dollars or some damn eggs, you're going to lose Medicaid. So for those of you who have low income, that's how you get your health benefits, Medicaid, okay? Affordable Care Act, Obamacare, yeah. So for the cost of Medicaid and Medicare, for the cost of veterans no longer having benefits, for the cost of having your taxpayer money stolen from you and reallocated toward the rich, whether lining their pockets or giving them tax breaks that we're going to ultimately end up paying for double, that was worth saving some money on some eggs. Okay. Bet you I wish I voted for Kamala Harris now. Kamala.
Every day, my administration is fighting to deliver the change America needs to bring a future that America deserves, and we're doing it. This is a time for big dreams and bold action. Upon taking office, I imposed an immediate freeze on all federal hiring, a freeze on all new federal regulations, and a freeze on all foreign aid.
Yes, we know. So we're just going to get rid of all of the regulatory bodies that would shine a light on all the dirty, illegal stuff that I'm doing, and we're going to call it efficiency. I said it numerous times, and I'll say it again. Donald Trump has no idea what he's doing. He's doing things that have never been done. And if it hasn't been done, then there are no proven results. There's no data to say that this is best practice. If this blows up in his face, you know what he's going to do? He's going to take his old orange-faced, toupee-wearing ass with his bow-legged self back to Mar-a-Lago, so he can continue to wipe his ass with those classified documents that he stole. That's all over. They found all over his bathroom and carrying on. He got the nerve to talk about what Hunter Biden was doing in his bathroom. What the hell are you doing with the classified documents in your bathroom? How nasty can you be? Anyway, he'll go back to Mar-a-Lago. He'll be fine. His kids will be fine. Melania will be fine. She just waiting for Donald Trump to keel over so she can collect that insurance money. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, she don't even want this man to kiss her. Donald Trump looks like he has the worst breath in the world. Okay, his breath probably smells like rotten pumpkins gave birth to a freaking like dead rat. Okay, that's what his breath probably smells like. Okay, think about though, especially the guys. Think about when y'all play sports and you come in and your sneakers are all sweaty and whatnot. That's what his breath smell like. Okay. Anyway, he's going to be okay. If this all blows up and this doesn't work, which it's not going to work, he's going to be okay. You know who's not going to be okay? Everybody else. All these people that you see there behind him is sitting in the front row and all on the right. Those people have money. They're going to be okay. That's the problem. Because of ignorance and selfishness, y'all effed everything up for everybody else. So y'all go out there and protest and y'all figure it out and let us know.
I terminated the ridiculous Green New scam. I withdrew from the unfair Paris Climate Accord, which was costing us trillions of dollars that other countries were not paying. I withdrew from the corrupt World Health Organization.
Withdrew us from the World Health Organization. We all gonna die. No, I'm just kidding.
And I also withdrew from the anti-American UN Human Rights Council. We ended all of Biden's environmental restrictions that were making our country far less safe and totally unaffordable.
So clean energy is not safe because fossil fuel is, right? So you're just going to destroy the ozone layer and let everybody burn up. Okay. I seen The Maze. Remember the movie The Maze? the scorch trials, the whatever. Listen. So that's basically what he wants to do. He wants to burn up the ozone layer so this whole planet will bake like a fish fry.
And importantly, we ended the last administration's insane electric vehicle mandate, saving our auto workers and companies from economic destruction. To unshackle our economy, I have directed that for every one new regulation, 10 old regulations must be eliminated, just like I did in my very successful first term.
In his very successful. So Donald Trump thinks over 1 million people losing their lives in this country because of his stupidity, that was successful. You know that he didn't really do none of the stuff that he said he was going to do the first time, right? People are talking about stimulus checks. Okay. What's the purpose of getting a stimulus check that you probably don't even remember what you spent it on 4 years ago if you're not going to be able to afford nothing? You won't be able to afford gas, electronics, clothes, nothing. Those of you who like avocados, before I came on live, I was eating some guacamole and chips. I'm enjoying it now while we can afford it, because probably by the end of the week, avocados are probably going to be like $10 for one avocado. But anyway, let's keep going. He unshackled. Listen to what this man said. He unshackled our economy. No, what he has done is he has found his way into the piggy bank, okay, calling it efficiency, right? Imagine somebody saying, listen, I want access to your bank account because I want to be able to make sure that all your money that's supposed to be in there is in there. So give me access to your bank account. So this way I can count it. I can make sure the bank is not doing anything corrupt. You ain't had issues all this time. Nothing that was so bad that you needed this kind of drastic change, right? Because if it ain't broke, why try to fix it? Let me get access to your bank account because I just want to make sure that everything is okay, right? Yeah. So this way I can gain access to your bank account and steal all your money in the name of efficiency. You know that's what's happening to Wendy Williams, right? They claim that she was unfit to manage her own finances because her no good son was dipping into her money. All right. So gave her a legal guardian who done spent all the women's money. Okay. Wendy Williams is paying $18,000. Is it a day or a week or a month? Even if it was a month, let's just say $18,000 a month for a one-room studio. And she is locked in. This woman cannot leave when she wants to leave. So she's basically paying $18,000 a day, a week, a month, whatever, to be a prisoner, right? And so we're basically paying for Donald Trump and friends, right? For Donald Trump and friends and cult folk to steal our money, basically is what we're doing.
And in that first term, we set records on ending unnecessary rules and regulations like no other president had done before. We ordered all federal workers to return to the office. They will either show up for work in person or be removed from their job.
So why did he fire some people who weren't even at-home workers? So why are people being fired from their jobs and they're not telework? They're not remote workers. They come to the office every day. He's so full of shit.
And we've ended weaponized government where, as an example, a sitting president is allowed to viciously prosecute his political opponent, like me. How did that work out? Not too good. Not too good. And I've stopped all government censorship and brought back free speech in America. It's back. And 2 days ago, I signed an order making English the official language of the United States of America.
So freedom of speech is back, y'all. So basically, they can call us the N-word. You're seeing more and more videos pop up on social media with Karens and Kevins. Let me tell you, I'm going to tell y'all right now. Let one of them freaks roll up on me, asking me, why am I here? What am I doing here? Because they see me driving a nice car and want to police me about where I'm going. You pop off the N-word and you're going to be picking up some teeth. It's just as simple as that. I'm not doing no negotiating. It ain't going to be back up off me. I'm going to give you one more time. You better step back. I'm feeling threatened. Come at me with the N-word and you're going to be missing teeth. It's just that simple. It is just that simple because they have gotten too comfortable now. Before it was, well, do you live here? Are you supposed to be here? Oh, you live here? I don't believe you. I've never seen you before. I live in this neighborhood and we don't have people that look like you. I think you're doing something illegal because you're standing here. I don't think you're supposed to. If you don't shut the hell up. This is a message for all Karens and Kevins. F around and find out. Y'all not tired of getting your ass beat in these streets? Rolling up the random black people who are not committing any crimes, okay? Standing there is not a crime. You're trying to make standing while black being a crime, okay? We're going to show you what a criminal looks like, okay? You want to treat us like a criminal, we're going to start acting like it for real because we're going to stop being so nice, okay? Back up off me. I feel threatened. You're in my space. I ain't doing all of that doggone talking. I'm just sorry. I am tired. I don't have the patience for it no more. I've never had to really deal with the Karen. I've been blessed where I haven't really had those issues, but I'll tell y'all a story real quick because y'all know I always got a story. When I was in college, I was in a interracial relationship. Okay, I know sometimes I be clowning people of another persuasion, but that's just me being a commentator and being funny. I was in I'm open to all races, but I was in an interracial relationship, and these black girls. First of all, I was already pissed because the waiter had given us water and we were there for an hour and they still had not taken our order when everybody else in the restaurant had come in after us and had their food. So I already knew the game was up. But these two black women came into the restaurant, gave me dirty looks, and bumped the table, right? Knocking my water all over the table. At that point, my boyfriend looked over across the table and was like, "Wisdom, please don't. Please don't." I was like, "No, it's okay. I'll be right." Now they went into the bathroom. I said, "Look here, I'll be right back." He was like, "Oh God." He didn't know what I was going to do. He didn't know if I was going to set that place on fire with all of us in it, lock the doors like Carrie. They're going to laugh at you, right? He didn't know what I was going to do, but I'm going to tell you what I did because I was done at that point, right? I was done. While these two big horse looking heifers were in the bathroom, in the stall, I turned on every single faucet. I put paper towels down into the little holes so that the sink would overflow. And then I opened up the soap dispenser, pulled out the bag, and while the water was overflowing onto the doggone floor, I squeezed soap all over the floor. So when them little heifers came out the bathroom, they was going to have no choice but to bust they fat asses. And that they did. Of course, I made sure that I squeezed it out while I was backing up so I didn't fall in the process. Okay. I politely left the bathroom. And no sooner did that door close behind me, I heard a scream and a boom, 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 boom. Them two busting their asses and their heads right on that hard ass floor. I didn't put my hands on them. Okay. There's no cameras in the bathroom. Who knows what happened in the bathroom, right? This story could just be made up. Hold on a second. Hold on. Hey! Hold on 1 second, y'all. Get off my couch. Allie, get off my couch. Get down. Okay, so one person didn't like my story. That's one of my dogs, Allie. I have these beautiful blue leather couches. Okay, I don't know if y'all can see them in the background, but I got these beautiful blue leather couches. And in the middle of my story, you messed up my punchline, even though it wasn't a joke. My little dog, who's not so little, but she's the smaller one, got her little paws and is going to town scratching on my couch. Now, I don't know what has gotten into her, other than that she figured I've been on YouTube for an hour and 49 minutes and she tired of hearing me talk about Donald Trump. She don't like Trump either. But I didn't mean to yellow up in the microphone, but that was an emergency. You ain't gonna messing with my blue couches, okay? DLD said Allie gonna try you. She better not if she want to eat tomorrow. Okay, they done ate today, but if she want to eat tomorrow, D, that was Allie. That was my dog. I don't know. Listen, she went out in the backyard, got a hold of something, and she been itching ever since. I checked her. She doesn't have any fleas or anything. I don't know if she got, a hold of some fire ants back there, but she been acting crazy since she came back in the house. I don't know what to tell y'all. But yeah, she don't like Trump. She's like, listen, mama, I'm tired. Don't even say that man's name no more. But that's what I did. I didn't put my hands on these ladies. I politely walked back to the table. Okay, my boyfriend is still shaking his boots because he's wondering if I'm going to jail or not, and if he's going to be an accomplice. And he said, "What did you do?" What I said, I didn't do nothing. I didn't touch them. I didn't do nothing. Now, when they finally did crawl their way out the bathroom, because when I tell you, that was the only way they was getting out. They were soaking wet from the rooter to the tutor. But anyway, so yeah, I don't even know how I got on that story, but let's get back to the king of lies. Okay, the king of lies. This man is the devil.
I renamed the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of America.
Why did he just call it the Gulf of Trump? Right? The Gulf of Trump. Why don't you just name it the Gulf of Trump? Because apparently, he just, did Donald Trump ever get hugs when he was a kid? Did his mama love on him? He's like starving for attention all the time. And I'm still loving this guy's face in the middle. I mean,
and likewise, I renamed for a great president, William McKinley, Mount McKinley again. Beautiful Alaska. We love Alaska. We've ended the tyranny of so-called diversity, equity, and inclusion policies all across the entire federal government and indeed the private sector and our military.
So DEI is banned everywhere. Okay. Basically, as I said, Donald Trump has declared war, and he's declared war on wokeness, DEI. Okay, DEI is the new N-word. He has declared war on Negroes, colored people, people of color, African American, Afro-Caribbean, Black American, whatever Black and brown people choose to be called. Okay, he has declared war, and I'm trying to figure out how he was able to convince people who benefited from DEI that DEI is now evil and that it is discriminatory towards non-minorities. Do we not understand basic English that there's a majority and a minority, and typically majority rules, right? How do you discriminate against a race of people who get everything just because of the color of their skin? They get fair treatment by the police. I saw a video of a woman getting pulled over, and as a matter of fact, I'm saying a woman, and let me be clear, it wasn't any woman. I watched the documentary about Gabby Petito. I think it's Gabby Petito, right? If you look, I think it's on Netflix. They got them on every channel, but there's one on Netflix. If you look at the body cam footage The police officer doesn't know what's going on right away. He got called about a domestic dispute. He asked Gabby to step out of the car. Well, listen, I'm going to have you step out of the car for a second because obviously you don't have any weapons. Obviously, you don't have any weapons. He didn't check her. He didn't frisk her. He didn't check the vehicle. But because she's white, she doesn't have any weapons, right? Because she's white, she's right. She's not a threat. Don't have to worry about unfair treatment. They get justice in the court. Okay? When they go missing, the whole world drops what it's doing to look for them. Like the young lady that disappeared in Aruba. And that still haunts me, to this day. Because I could have been on that trip to Aruba. But anyway, point is, how do you discriminate against white? These are programs that were put into place because Black people weren't given a fair shot, right? We were being discriminated against, and we just said, listen, we just want a fair shot. No special treatment, just a fair shot. How is diversity, equity, and inclusion a bad thing? Equity means it's equal for all, right? Regardless of race, gender, sexual orientation, physical disability. How do we say the diversity is a bad thing? So if the company is all white, it's right. But if we got some Black folk and some Spanish folk and some Indian folk and some LGBTQ folk and some disabled people up in there, that's illegal. That's a problem. How do you convince America that's supposed to be the land of the free, this melting pot country, that diversity is bad, it's illegal? And you got Black people, and I'm not just saying that, I am speaking to Black people who were saying, yeah, we need to get rid of DEI. It's discriminatory. You know what? I'm ready to take off this headset and walk off. I'm ready to take off. Inclusion. How is inclusivity illegal, a bad thing, discriminatory? It is the very opposite. It is the very opposite. I don't understand how you convince. That's like me convincing you that affordable health care is not good for you, right? No, you want the expensive shit. You don't want this cheap health care. You want to pay 3 times for the same for the same health benefit. No. I know your refrigerator is empty and you got to choose between keeping your lights on and feeding your family, but no, you don't want SNAP benefits. You don't want food stamps just to help you out when you have a financial hardship. No, that's discriminatory, right? Is it discriminatory that the majority of people on welfare are white? Is that discriminatory? How come there are more Black people on welfare? How come there aren't more Asian people and Indian people and Native American people on welfare? Why is it mostly white people? It's hard for an educated woman to sit back and listen to this nonsense. It's hard for me to see people to be so blind. I have a very good friend. He don't want to talk to me right now because he knows the conversation is going to be, well, what you think about what's going on now? Are you woke yet? Anyway, let's keep going. Kia said, white people have legacy to get them through. It's not just legacy, that's privilege. I might have, and Big Homie Slick, I'm going to come back to your comment. Because he said, who benefits DEI the most? White women. Well, you know what? White women didn't realize that they were benefiting from DEI until they started losing their DEI jobs. All right? Absolutely. Women benefited from DEI. LGBTQ benefited from DEI. Asian people benefited from DEI. Anyone who was not white male benefited from DEI. So what they're saying is that, you know what? Black people are making too much money now. They're driving really nice cars. They're becoming millionaires. They're about to become billionaires. And for every person who's not white, who's making money and doing well, They're taking the place of they want us to go back to when white men ruled. Okay? When their white wives did whatever the hell their husbands told them to do, and they kept their mouth shut. Okay? Like Ike Turner told Tina, you gonna sing these songs the way I told you to sing it? All right? That's what they want. They want to go back to when white men ruled this country and nobody else had anything to say about it. It was illegal for you to say anything about it, right? Because white women are talking too much. We've gotten to, I'm saying we, like I'm not a white woman, obviously, but have gotten too educated, right? Driving nice cars, starting businesses, telling their husband what they ain't gonna do. Okay? I don't want to have 15 kids and be home taking care of the kids. I want to work and make my own money, because you're not going to dictate to me when I can go shopping and when I can't, right? We've gotten too big for our britches. That's the America that they want great again. That America, when white men ruled. Why do you think they want to do away with DEI? It's not just an attack on black people. It's not just about holding black people down. They want to lift white men up, because there's still a lot of poor white men. They want to lift those people up. They want to have reign, full reign, sovereignty over this country, like Russia, right? Jerome says, shout out to the black farmers. What happened to the Ukrainians we let come in for free? Skip the line. Yeah, that was my question. What happened to the white immigrants, right? But Donald Trump is starting to go after them too after a while. So Key has mentioned privilege. Tell you a quick story about privilege. When I was in grad school, not the master's that I have now, but a second master's program, and this is right before COVID, one of my white professors were having a conversation about white privilege. He decided that was going to be the topic of today. I want to talk about white privilege. I want to have a real conversation, and I want us to talk. Now, the class is white, black, Asian, Mexican, and other, Latino. It's a mixed bag. Okay. He says, I want to tell you the story about the day that I learned that white privilege isn't a real thing. He says he had to use the bathroom. So he walks into this fast food joint, goes up to the counter and asks the girl behind the counter, where's the men's room? She points to the men's room, and he goes in there to relieve himself. As he's coming out of the men's room, he sees a young adult, young black man come in just like he did a few minutes before, go up to the counter and ask the woman, would it be okay for me to use your restroom? She tells him, this black boy, no, the bathroom is for customers only. Now, he said that hit him so hard he couldn't even swallow, because he had just walked in and it never even dawned on him to ask permission to use the bathroom. And here is this young black man who's being very respectful. Would it be okay? Obviously, he knows the bathroom is only for customers. He's asking for permission. In spite of that, can he use the bathroom? And he's told no. So my professor, finding his voice after a couple of seconds, said, hey, my guy, like, what took you so long? I was waiting for you. Like, yeah, you use the bathroom. It's right here. So he shares with the class how he uses his white privilege to help someone else that doesn't have the benefit of privilege, because America says he's the wrong color. And that was the day he realized that privilege was a very real thing, and that white people needed to recognize that they do have white privilege and use it to help those who don't when they can. And we've seen that. We've seen, videos of, the white kid and the black kid, and the black kid is being hounded by the police. And he's like, what are you doing? This is my friend. He didn't do anything wrong. We've seen it. The point is to acknowledge that white privilege is a very real thing. And he learned it that day, because for him, He didn't see a need to ask. He just saw that it was there, he needed it, and he had every right to go to it. But a Black person, we will ask because we don't feel, or we know that we don't have the right to just walk into an establishment and do things like that. We understand that we don't have privilege. So when people say, no, white privilege doesn't exist, yes, it does. And I can prove it to you. That's just one story. I can prove it to you again and again and again and again. Anyway, let's get back to it. Jerome says, you sound like you from Brooklyn. Where Brooklyn at? I'm actually from Manhattan. Yeah, I'm a spoiled Manhattanite. What's going on? We got Viral Biamanda in the building. Oh, you're welcome, Kia. Kia says, thank you for sharing that. So it will be so much easier if those who do have privilege in this country, whether you have privilege because you are wealthy or privilege because of your skin color, would stand up and just acknowledge one for all. You know what? This did happen. We got it wrong, but let's get it right. Right? Things have never been equal in this country. And there are people now saying, you know what, maybe we do need to go back to segregation, where we had our own Black banks, Black stores, Black malls. We already got Black churches, so we're good on that front. Our own schools. Why do you think HBCUs were formed in the first place? Now you're going to tell all colleges and universities, including HBCUs, that they have to get rid of their DEI policies? HBCUs didn't need DEI policies. We didn't need it. Those colleges were created because you didn't want us in your white schools. So we started our own schools. You just didn't expect them to be successful, right? You didn't expect that a graduate of Morehouse or a graduate of Howard would have enough money to pay for 50 people to go to college for 4 years and study whatever the hell they choose. They didn't expect it to be successful. When we had Black Wall Street, we were doing great, right? The Black community was thriving because we kept it within the community. But we can't even get on one accord to not spend for 24 hours because we got to ask, well, what is that going to do? Because what you going to do the next day? Just go back to spending? Well, duh, obviously. You had one assignment. It was simple. The assignment was simple. 24 hours economic blackout. Just to prove a point. Does that mean that that's all we're going to do? No, there is a whole schedule of events. And the interesting thing is the person behind the organization that implemented this or started this is white, because he's using his white privilege to make a difference, and kudos to him. He knows who he is. Point is, we got to get on one accord, people. We got to get on one accord, right? Because we are the only race that is so divided within ourselves. Spanish people get together, you know, and they'll live 20 people in one house and save up money so they could buy a second house and split it. So now it's 10 and 10. And now each of those houses, they make enough money to buy 2 more houses. So now it's 5 people in a house. And they'll keep doing that until every single person has their own house, right? Black people, we still living on mama's couch. We still living in Big Mama's house, right? Anyway, I'm sorry. I done went on a whole tangent.
And our country will be woke no longer.
There you go. He doesn't want you to be awake. He wants you to sleep on him and everything that he's doing. He wants you to agree that everything he's doing is great for this country. He wants you to think that it's going to work out, while he knows he's going to screw you over because he has to pay to play. Because he allowed Elon Musk to donate hundreds of millions of dollars for his selfish desires, which was to be president. And now he got to give Elon something. And he promised all these other, Elon wasn't the only donor. There were other donors. Those people, a lot of these people that you see in the front, they paid this man hundreds of millions of dollars. He got to give them something. And we're going to pay for it so that he can play king and they can play king and queen.
We believe that whether you are a doctor, an accountant, a lawyer, or an air traffic controller. You should be hired and promoted based on skill and competence, not race or gender.
Well, maybe you shouldn't have fired all those people and we would have some competent people. I'm just saying, because right now it's not safe to be on a plane, a train, an automobile. All right. It's not even safe to stay in your damn home because you don't know if a car's going to come, through your front door, or if the FBI is going to break down your door and put guns in your face because they got the wrong house. I'm just saying it's not safe anywhere. It is not safe anywhere. And let me just be clear. The purpose of DEI was to present an equal opportunity, not just to hire anybody and everybody. That is what Donald Trump has done. Okay. You got the former leader or head of WWE. She got a position. All right. You got the soccer mom got a position. Anybody that licks Donald Trump's boots, okay, and helps him with his spray tan to cover up his bruises and carrying on, will get a position. They don't have to be qualified. They just have to be white, and they have to profess their loyalty to him, be loyal to him, and say that he's the greatest, right? That's it. Pay to play. That's what he does. That's not what DEI did, right? You could say that I'm a DEI hire, right? I don't see myself as a DEI hire because I was qualified. I just happen to be brown skin, okay? I just happen to be a brown skin girl. I just happen to be brown skin. I don't see myself as a DEI hire. I wasn't hired because we didn't have enough Black people in the office, right? And I'm talking about my first big professional position in my career, right? Not entry level. I'm talking like my first big, got the big title and the big office and all these other things, right? Because there were 2 white people on the team. There was one Dominicana on the team. There was one East Asian, like from India, on the team. And then me. So we had a multicultural team, mostly women, believe it or not, mostly women. So I wasn't hired just because, well, we don't have a Black person, we need a Black person. That's why I say I don't consider myself to be a DI. I was hired because I'm good at what I do. And I had a specific specialty that they needed on their team because every person on the team specialized in something different. And I was the missing link, right, to bring it all together. But DEI was never to say, well, we got to mix it up because we don't have enough Black people. It was to create opportunity so that we would not be discriminated against because of our skin color or because of our gender, or because we're in a wheelchair, right? Just because I have a short arm doesn't mean I can't work, okay? I'm just saying, I'm not making fun of anybody because when I injured this very arm, I was typing with one hand, right? Because I still had to try to do what I could do. Anyway.
Very important. You should be hired based on merit. And the Supreme Court, in a brave and very powerful decision, has allowed us to do so. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Well, if you should be hired based on merit, Donald Trump should have never been president. I'm just saying. Hiring a criminal, a twice impeached former president who, I was about to cuss, real bad, who really messed up the first time, that to me is the DEI hire by American standards. If you want to claim DEI is just hiring somebody just because, well, then he's the DEI hire.
We have removed the poison of critical race theory from our public schools, and I signed an order making it the official policy of the United States government that there are only 2 genders, male and female.
At the end of the day, listen, I'm not discriminating. I can't be mad necessarily at what he just said because of what the Bible says, but he's not doing it because of what the Bible says. He's doing it for his own selfish reasons because the people who paid him and who put money into his his candidacy, or when he was running, and put money into the election for him. That's what they wanted.
I also signed an executive order to ban men from playing in women's sports. Three years ago, Peyton McNabb was an all-star high school athlete, one of the best, preparing for a future in college sports. But when her girls' volleyball match was invaded by a male, he smashed the ball so hard in Peyton's face, causing traumatic brain injury, partially paralyzing her right side and ending her athletic career. It was a shot like she's never seen before. She's never seen anything like it. Peyton is here.
Oh God, he talks so elementary. Never seen anything like it. Yeah, we've done things like never before. Listen, I'm very sad that Peyton was injured as bad as she was, but I'm going to tell you something, and I can speak from experience because I went to an all-girl high school and I played volleyball, and some of them girls hit harder than men. Okay. I definitely took one to the face. All right. I did not suffer a traumatic brain injury. I didn't suffer a broken nose. I got a big forehead. Okay. They used to make fun of me when I was a kid, like, oh my God, your forehead is so big. Well, that big ass forehead is what saved my damn life. Okay. Because I definitely took one straight to the face. Girls can hit hard too. So I don't know why he's, trying to use that story as a reason to say. Now, I don't understand why a man would want to play women's sports. I don't get that part. I understand why some women might want to play male sports because there's certain sports that they just don't allow women to play, but pretty much men, sports is typically male based and male driven. So I don't understand where he's coming with all that, but whatever.
Tonight in the gallery, and Peyton, from now on, schools will kick the men off the girls team or they will lose all federal funding.
There goes Mrs. Vance with that fake ass smile. Do you realize as light as you are still too dark? Okay. And you will never be one of them. Okay. Yeah. What happened to her anyway? She looked like she lost weight. She doesn't look happy. She's pale. She looks a mess. Fame isn't everything.
And if you really want to see numbers, just take a look at what happened in the women's boxing, weightlifting, track and field, swimming, or cycling, where a male recently finished a long distance race 5 hours and 14 minutes ahead of a woman for a new record by 5 hours. Broke the record by 5 hours. It's demeaning for women, and it's very bad for our country. We're not going to put up with it any longer.
No, it's misogynistic and feminist on your part. Okay. What are you trying to say? Okay. I mean, most men are stronger than women. So we might expect that. Does that mean that a woman can't beat a man out? Anyway, I'm not having this conversation with this man. And they're just a clapping. Listen, all y'all need is going to be messed up by the end of the night. Y'all stand up, sit down. Every 5 seconds, stand up, sit down.
Fraction of the common sense revolution that is now, because of us, sweeping the entire world. Common sense has become a common theme, and we will never go back. Never going to let that happen.
So common sense told y'all to fire the staff that oversees the nuclear stockpile because that made sense to you. That's what they say common sense is not common. I don't know what kind of sense they have, but they are all common, but ain't no sense at all.
Among my very highest priorities is to rescue our economy and get dramatic and immediate relief to working families. As you know, we inherited from the last administration an economic catastrophe and an inflation nightmare.
Oh, see, that's where he got to stop. This is the part where, because we're not going to go through all this. I just want to get up to the part where he was talking about these eggs, and then we're going to pause because there will be plenty of highlights all over YouTube tomorrow. All the stupid things, the funny things that he did and said will come out tomorrow, and I'll comment some more. If you wanted the economy to be good for Americans, then you shouldn't be stealing and misusing taxpayer money. Okay, you shouldn't have hired, or you hired, it didn't hire, but he's making all this money, Elon Musk, to get rid of all these jobs because unemployment is at an all-time high. Stress is at an all-time high. You have government employees. I have a lot of family in government, and all different, from the Pentagon to DOD, DOE, the VA hospital. and the list just goes on. And they're all in limbo. Okay. They're all in limbo. I asked one of my relatives what would happen. What is she being told? And what would happen if she didn't respond to the emails? And she said, well, I responded to the email last week and now I got to do another one this week. Because she's concerned that if she doesn't respond, she's going to lose her job. And they're talking about it's a quote unquote post check. You know how disrespectful that is for a government employee, someone who is trained, educated, to receive an email from a man who can't even speak 2 sentences to say, what did you get done last week? If my boss sent me an email like that, oh, we fighting. I don't mean physically fighting, but I'm first thing Monday morning, I'm going to be in his office. Like, what is this? If you want to know, if you want a status report or you want a post check, there is a way to ask. But don't send me any emails talking about what did you get done last week? Especially if you are a high performer and you're always working and you care about your work, right? And doing a mediocre or half-assed job is never going to happen on your watch because you take pride in what you do, right? One thing I know for sure, people don't have to like me, but they will always respect me because of my work and because of the quality of the work that I put out. So for him to claim that he's for the American people, that's a bold-faced lie. And those who don't know it are starting to feel it little by little. If we don't learn from this, because this is going to go down in history, long after we are all dead, our grandchildren and great-grandchildren are going to be talking about this and laughing about it. We have got to learn from this foolishness right here and never, ever, ever in life allow someone like this in the highest office of this country. What the hell were y'all thinking? What were y'all thinking? And all because this woman is too brown for you. She was too educated for you. She was too experienced for you. She spoke too well for you. She was too intelligent for you. She had too much common sense for you. She was too much of a planner for you that you decide to go with idiot for hire over here.
Their policies drove up energy prices, pushed up grocery costs, and drove the necessities of life out of reach for millions and millions of Americans. They've never had anything like it. We suffered the worst inflation in 48 years, but perhaps even in the history of our country. They're not sure. As president, I'm fighting every day to reverse this.
No, you're not sure. Because he don't know what the hell he's talking about. I love how he just pulls numbers out of his behind. I love how he just pulls them. And you see, he's holding on to that podium. Why don't you let go of that podium and come from behind the podium and walk back and forth across the stage? Okay. Let's see if you got as much energy as Elon, because Elon must be jumping up and down. He be bringing chainsaws on the stage. All right. You want to talk about psychotic? You want to talk about sociopath?
This damage and make America affordable again.
Make America affordable again. That's funny. That's funny.
Joe Biden especially let the price of eggs get out of control. The egg price is out of control. And
Joe Biden, because this is probably where we're gonna pause. Joe Biden let the price of eggs get out of control. Now you help me understand, because there will be people who are going to say, yeah, that's right. Joe Biden did. Joe Biden wasn't the one who was talking last night while the Dow Jones and the NASDAQ dropped damn near 700 points. Jerome said, I think Elon and Putin are cousins. I don't know. JD Vance's wife looked like she be in handcuffs. Jerome said, good night, sister. You always do a great job. Thank you so much, Jerome Street. I appreciate you being on Yeah, I'm gonna be crying in the morning when I gotta get up for work, but it's all good. Uh this was fun as always. Um Biden drove up the price of eggs. Not Donald Trump spending all our money in foolishness. Not Donald Trump imposing tariffs. And just so you guys are aware, 25 to Canada and Mexico. I think it's 23 or 26 to China. And then a month from now, reciprocal taxes, meaning whatever taxes they're going to impose on us or have been imposing on us, we're going to match it. So he just want to bring this economy to its knees. Word, this guy fired the dog walker. Now the dog is crapping in the house and we wonder why. Exactly. So he basically is probably going to say more crap like that. When I get up in the morning, I'm going to look at all the various highlights and I'll probably be back tomorrow night to recap the rest of the foolishness. But this was a total shit show. And the sad part is people are going to believe everything this man says, or they're just going to cap for him. You know, so make sure y'all saving y'all money. Don't spend too much. Hopefully y'all got whatever y'all needed that might be coming from Canada or Mexico or any of these other countries before the tariffs. But if you didn't get your new furniture set, you might just want to wait. You don't waited this long. You might just want to wait. You might just want to wait. But listen, if you did not hit that like button on the way in, make sure you hit it on the way out. If you're new and you're not subscribed to the channel, I would appreciate you subscribing. That is a great free way to support the channel so we can keep on keeping on and bringing you that great commentary. This was fun. Thank you for all of your comments. I know I missed a few. I'm gonna go back and read some of them because y'all are hilarious. Okay, as much as I be clowning, y'all be going in the chat. So we'll be back again very, very soon for more shenanigans and foolishness, because as I've said before, you can't even make this up. Okay, you just can't. And I'm just watching. Okay, because as I said earlier, we are not protesting no more. We are done with all of that. We're gonna let everyone else who rolled the backs of our protest, we're gonna let them stand up and do some work for a change. And as we sit back and watch Donald Trump and Elon F some more stuff up, because this is only the beginning. And yeah, I'm checking all of my flights and I'm trying to see where I can drive. I'm trying to reduce the number of flights that I have to take because yeah, I don't think it's safe. I really don't. Delta's engines are blowing. One of my friends was actually on that flight going to Germany. And text me and was like, yeah, it would be my flight. And I'm like, whoa, what's going on? I had to call to make sure everything was all good. So I'll talk about that later. I'll go into that. I'm going to try to get him on so he can tell you himself what happened. But he is globetrotting right now. And he'll be back in a week and let him tell his story about what happened being on Delta. Because Delta is Atlanta's hub. That's supposed to be a good airline. So I don't know what's going on, y'all. But listen, Jerome, thank you so much, King. I appreciate the super sticker. I appreciate all the love. May your gift return back to you tenfold, my king. And y'all know how this go. I will see you guys on the next one. Bye, y'all. Stay woke. Stay woke. Donald Trump said our country will be woke no longer, but we's already woke, so we good. Y'all stay blessed.
Can't get enough of how it make you feel. Oh, I understand, but I can't be what you need. How many more lives do I have to throw till you pick these clues to tell you the truth?
You're listening to the Bad Girls Talk podcast. Subscribe, like, and share.